Hello everyone, welcome to a Paper Flourish craft video. My name is Julie and today I'm going to be making a card, a Lavinia card, and I'm going to use one of the new sticker stencils which have arrived in store recently. They're available, the products I'm using are all available in store at Paper Flourish and also online paperflourish.com.au. So the sticker stencils, they're like a mask, a stick-on mask to cover an area of your card while you're working on the other area of your card. So I thought the best way to show you what to do with these is to make a card, make a video, and the packs come with 4 different stencils. So the one I'm going to be using today is the leaf stencil. There are 2 birds, one faces one way, one the other. They're slightly different birds. There's also a lovely heart, but I said the leaf is the one I'm using today. So you get all 4 stencils in the pack, and they are reusable. They're not just a one use, so you can use them over and over again. So I'll just pop that to the side. Some of the other products I'll be using, I'm going to be using this lovely stencil, Lavinia stencil. This one's called Ambience, and I think I'll probably finish off the card with one of the new sentiments from the Sentiments sticker pack as well, which we've recently got in store. So what I've done is cut already a piece of white Multifarious card, the Lavinia Cardstock, and I've cut this at 4 3/4 inch square. These are 5-inch square, so I've decided to go just a little bit smaller, and that way the mask is going to completely cover the card. I'm going to be working on the Lavinia craft mat. So let's peel this off. So you can see when they peel away, there's a middle section and the outside section. So if I wanted to work outside of the leaf, I would pop the middle section down, so the leaf shape will be left blank, and the outside will have all the inking and stamping on it. But today I want to do the inking and stamping on the leaf, so I'm going to use the outside of the mask. So let's peel this away. Here we go. When it wants to do that. I'm also hoping to use some of the new metallic gilding flakes on the card as well. Here we go. It's got a clear on the back, and I want to use the outside of the leaf. As you see, I haven't used this before. First time I've done this. I've done a similar thing, making a mask out of the Lavinia masking sheets, but I haven't actually used these stencil masks. So just peeling it away. It's already cut out for you. And I'm just going to leave the leaf on the plastic sheet, so I'm not going to use that part. If I wanted to do some work on the leaf area and then later on decorate the outside without getting ink on the leaf, I would use the other half of that stencil mask to cover the leaf. So this is sticky on the back. So I'm going to position this over the card. And I was thinking if I did it just slot my card base, just my card front slightly smaller than the stencil mask. There we go. So you can see there. So I'll end up with the leaf sort of in the middle of the card. Okay, so that's stuck down. So what that's going to do is protect this area while I'm working on the leaf. All right, I'm thinking of going green. So let's get our Lavinia Elements ink pads. And I've chosen 3 colours here. I've got olive, I've got mulberry, and I've got pine. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, let's have a look at olive and pine. All right, so the pine is a little bit lighter than the olive. So let's start with the pine, and I'm just going to get my Lavinia blending brush. Get a piece of scrap paper here. Pick up some ink. So this is the pine, Lavinia. Take a fair bit off on the side. I just want to colour the whole leaf in. Blend that with this beautiful pine ink. Very pretty green. I'm using the large stencil brush for this. I'm covering a nice big area, so I find that seems to work the best. I'm not going for a really heavy blending. I just want to get that lovely colour onto the card. So starting with that, Okay, so we've got our pine blended onto our leaf shape. I'm then going to come in with the olive. So I want to keep most of the leaf mainly green, and I've decided to try a little bit of stenciling on top. So I've got that Ambience stencil, which I showed you earlier. I'm just going to place that over the top. This time I'm going to use the slightly darker colour, the olive. And I just want to do some light, I don't want to go too heavy. You can see the difference in the greens there, much darker with the olive. And I'm just going to lightly stencil over the whole leaf with the olive colour. It should just leave just a printing of the stencil over the leaf, and I thought that might look pretty cool. Okay, let's take it away and see. Ooh, that looks quite good, doesn't it? Pattern all over the top. Okay, now let's pop that to the side. Now I did bring a stamp as well, stamping, and this one's called Sacred Spells. The reason I chose this is that it's actually a fairly big stamp of words, and I wanted to bring the words in across the leaf there. So I'm just going to get out my Lavinia acrylic boards, and let's find one that's nice and large, big enough for that word stamp. I can see it in my pack. There we go. Love using these Lavinia acrylic boards for my stamping. Alright, so this is the Sacred Spell stamp, and what I'm thinking is just inking it up and just stamping it sort of through the centre of the leaf. What colour? I'm going to, because I'm doing my stamping now, I'm going to go with the Versafine Clair, and I think I'm going to stick with the greens. So let's try a bit of Shady Lane. Ink up the stamp. Okay, and we're just going to stamp that. So you can stamp right on top of this stencil mask, the stencil mask, no problem at all. Let's get it straight as I can, and I'm just going to stamp that through the middle. Again, it's all just going to add a bit of interest to this leaf, hopefully. There we are. So now we've got that quite a bit happening there. It looks a bit of a mess at the moment, but it'll all make sense once we've got the stencil mask taken away. So we've mainly gone greens at the moment, haven't we? All right. So now I'm thinking of bringing in this other colour, Mulberry, and just bringing in a little bit of the blending just around the outside of the leaf. So I'm going to go with, for this, I'm just going to pick up this really small stencil brush. This is the Series 3 one. Ink that up, take a fair bit off, and I'm just going to bring this around the edge, just around the outline of the leaf. I think it might look quite nice. And it doesn't matter if the ink goes onto the stencil mask. I have a feeling, as I'm working with these, I have a feeling you might actually be able to get a baby wipe and wipe that off after as well. I think it's going to work. It doesn't seem to be staying. I think because they're shiny, I think you'll be able to clean the stencil mask up, but we'll give that a go after and have a look. I'm just going to bring that right around the edge of the leaf. Dark. Okay. It's exciting when we get new Lavinia products in. It's exciting when we get any new products into store. But I did have a few people on the weekend who said to me that they weren't quite sure what to do with these. So I thought, well, this is the best way to show you. And this is just one example. There'll be so many different uses for these. Almost there. You can see with the smaller stencil brush, it's much easier to get just the finer detail of your stenciling. It'd be a lot harder to do this with the larger brush. I've just mainly gone around, caught the edges there. Quite pretty. almost reveal time, I think. Okay, so that was the Mulberry elements. I will list all of the products I use in the description for the video as well. Okay, so I think it's time to reveal our leaf. And this is how easy it is. Look, it's just, they just come away like that. And we should be left with our beautiful leaf on the card. Isn't that gorgeous? Now let's see if it works. Where's my baby wipes? See what wipes off these stencils. Here's our test run. Look at this. Cleans up pretty well, doesn't it? A little bit of green around the outside, but not too much. And that then goes back onto the plastic sheet, ready for the next time you want to use it. Like I said, if I did want to do some work around the outside of the leaf without getting ink onto the leaf area, I could use that middle section now to cover that up. Let's pop that to the side and I'll go back in the pack. So there's our lovely leaf. You can see now just the words on it adds that real interest, doesn't it? It's really pretty. So we've got most of the work in the middle. I'm thinking of adding just a little bit of stamping on the outside, but not too much. I don't want to overdo it. And I did bring this little pretty one in. I thought this is called Wild Summer Flower. I thought we might just maybe pop some on the side. There's a larger one and a smaller one. So let's do that. Stamping blocks. I use this small acrylic board all the time. It's such a good one to use, so we might bring, I'm going to use the smaller one. Decisions. Here we go. So I might just bring one in there, maybe a smaller one down here. I think I'm going to stamp this with Chianti Versafine Clair. It'll kind of blend in with the mulberry colour that I use to go around the edge of the leaf. Okay, so let's ink up this lovely little Wild Summer Flower. We have a very large shipment of stamps coming in from Lavinia. I would say it should be in within the week. So if there's any stamps at the moment which are out of stock, won't be long, they will be back in stock. We should have a complete restock of all of the stamps. Let's ink that up again because I didn't do a very good job of it the first time. Here we go. And I think we might pop one in there. Very delicate, pretty little stamp, this one. Just a little bit lower. Avoid the leaf. That's quite nice on the edge. Don't mind that. Okay, what else should we put on our pretty card? I would like to see if we can fit one of these sentiments in. There's a cute little one here, hello. We might put that one in. So this is the Lavinia sentiment sheet. Having trouble peeling things today. That's probably these nails, I'd say. No, there we go. No problem at all. Let's come off. So there's our hello sticker. Might put it just down in the bottom corner, I think. The greens in the background of that sticker blend in nicely with the card. I feel like it needs something up here. It's just missing something up in the corner, or maybe not. I'm just going to bring in the card base because I've already prepared one. I thought it might look nice onto the green. It does look quite nice up there. Okay. No, I think I'm going to leave it just like that. So we've got our pretty flowers down here. We've got our hello. And then the only other thing I thought I might add is a little touch of gilding flakes onto the card. I've got the Glamour gilding flakes, so I wanted to have a little play with those. Now I did have a play earlier because I was working out what glue I was going to use to put the gilding flakes on. And I actually found the Quickie glue pen. We do have gilding glue, which you can paint on, you can put on, comes in a little pot. That's a Prima product, but I thought I'd try the Quickie glue pen. So we use this for our glitter, and this actually worked fine. If you just want a little touch of these gilding flakes, you could actually do, I'll show you on the scrap paper. I've just done a little squiggle there. Pick up one of these gorgeous flakes. Very fine. And where was that glue gone? I've lost it now. There it is. Look at this. I draw a little bit. So I've done some. I didn't quite work out as I'd hoped it was going to, but you can see that it has stuck onto the Quickie glue pen. That's worked no problem at all. So let's add a little bit of gilding flakes onto our leaf. We might add just a touch of it maybe down on the stem, and maybe just around some of the edges. I'll just start with a little bit and we'll see how we go. So I've just grabbed a little bit of the flakes on my finger. I'm just going to rub it on there. And what it's done, it's just lifted a little bit of a sparkle. I'm not sure if you can see that. But it's just to put a little bit of a sparkle onto the leaf there. Where did I put another one? Can't find where I put the glue. I'm actually going to stop because I think what I would like to do, let's try this. I think I'm going to bring the leaf mask back as I do it, because I noticed I got a little bit of the flakes just off the leaf, and I think it's going to be better if I pop that back in place, put a few little dots around, and let's bring in some of these beautiful flakes. So you don't need much. But that way it's only going to be on the leaf. It's not going to be, here we are, now it's working better. I just didn't want to get it on the outside of the card. Look at the different colours on that beautiful flake. I've just added a couple of dots, and I just want a little bit of a fine little bit of gilding on the card, and this is working really nicely. I'll show you up close in a sec. Kind of got to work fairly quickly before the glue dries. I'm just doing it mainly around the outside here. So you can get the actual gilding glues as well, but I thought for the fine areas, I like the way the Quickie glue pen does such a fine stream of glue, so I thought it might work really well on these. I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'm just going to tip the excess back in. I'll show you this close up. It looks really pretty. Now I do have a big fluffy brush somewhere. Here it is. Brush like this, brush away the gilding flakes. Let's peel this off. So it probably would have been a good idea if I'd done the gilding flakes before I took the leaf mask away, but it's worked out fine. Now I'm going to tilt this. Can you see what it's done? Just adding those flakes, that metallic, just little patches of the metallic flakes on the card really adds something to it. It's really pretty. All right, so this card, I'm going to pop it on its card base as well, and I'll bring this into store so you can have a closer look at that if you're able to get in store, but if not, so I hope that's given you some ideas on how to use these new products. I love the leaf. I love these sticker stencils. I think they're fantastic, and the gilding flakes are really, really pretty. First time I've had a go with those, and it's quite nice. It's just added that little touch of glitter and glamour to the card. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Have a great day. Keep a watch out. Lots more videos on the way. Thanks. Enjoy. Bye-bye.